All right, so as you guys know, Politicon is coming up in not long. I believe it's in just like a week to 10 days, although I think it's about 10 days out from here. I have been keeping you guys updated for the most part on what's been going on with Politicon, the updates for Politicon, and everything that was coming through. So now we have some more information to look at. There was some stuff that actually went down, quite a few things on this that were absolutely hilarious. So as you guys know already, Kyle Kalinske and Kasparian both attending. Now we know that Mr. Pacman is also attending. Anna Kasparian will be having a conversation or debate with Tommy Lahren, which is going to be extremely entertaining. I'm definitely on the lookout for that one. Kyle Kalinske is going. He'll be debating Charlie Kirk. Not really all that excited for that. Charlie Kirk's pretty dry, although, how can I say that with the whole capitalist, I live like capitalist everyday jank thing, but I don't know, he just seems like kind of a dry person, you know? It's kind of the human embodiment of sort of just a unseasoned chicken, you know? It's kind of what he is. So, David Ackman will be going. He'll be doing a debate, which is very interesting. So the first thing to look at here that you guys may have missed, I'm really not sure, but Politicon wants all the smoke, folks. That's what they want. They're really going after it. They're pretty ambitious, is what I would say. They're pretty ambitious folks. They're definitely looking for the best way to get the most attention, have the biggest guests, etc., etc. So, as you guys know, of course, Stephen Clam Chowder dodging multiple debates, not just one at Politicon, but a second one with Gavin McInnes. So, he did a whole big release of the files on that to provide evidence of that being the case. Now, Politicon sent out this tweet. It says, since hashtag Cold Feet Crowder missed his chance to debate Sam Seder at Politicon last year, should we host a rematch at hashtag Politicon 2019? At S. Crowder, you ready to step up? So as you can tell, they're very ambitious. Okay, they want to make the most money, of course, which is what makes sense. And obviously, this would be a huge gig for them. I mean, imagine how many more people would tune in, watch, buy tickets, etc., etc. What's funny is they even have a Photoshop picture in here. Now, I don't know if they Politicon photoshopped this themselves. Is let's settle this at Politicon. Change my mind. Whoever it is that is their social media guy must have been the one to do this Photoshop, which is pretty hilarious, if I do say so myself. Now, if I remember, I always forget to do this. I'm going to try to leave a link to this tweet in the description box. Go favorite and retweet it because obviously that gives it more attention. As of right now, it does have 4.4k likes, which is a lot. Almost 1,000 retweets, so make sure to go contribute to that because that will, get more attention. More Stephen Clam Chowder fans will be aware of him being a massive coward and running away from debate, and so it's always a good thing to do that. So I'll make sure to leave that down below. Also, the reason why I made the statement saying basically, Politicon really seems to be very ambitious, this kind of stuff. Anna Kasparian challenged Dave Rubin to a debate at the previous Politicon, last year's Politicon, and Politicon openly, publicly said, we'd love to do this, They were super down. Because obviously it's going to make them more money, more moolah. So that's what they want to do, which is, it's the way things work, you know what I'm saying? So, Sam Seder responded to this saying, as to the first question, yes. So he wants to do it. Now, an interesting point I want to bring up on this. Sam's not going to Politicon. Now, I had a couple of... Obviously, the main reason would be he's not getting any of the people he wants to debate, right? The second thing that I was thinking of was like, I wonder if Politicon just doesn't want to invite him because, as you guys know, he released a phone call that he had with one of Politicon's, whatever you want to call him, middleman or whatever. And so I was kind of like, oh man, are they going to be happy with something like that? Like, releasing a phone call that obviously they didn't want you to release, or they've talked on the phone for a reason. There's no expectation of literally recording it. So I was thinking like, man, maybe Politicon doesn't like Sam. I guess that's not the case because Politicon wants to host a debate between Stephen Clam Chowder and Sam Seder. But Stephen is rock hard silent. He has not stated anything. He has not budged. He has not said anything. No, nothing at all. He's staying real quiet here, folks. Now, this is also very funny. So you guys know Cameo, okay? So this is a website where people can charge money for shout-outs. So it's a way for them to make money. You just go, it's for $60 or $30, I'll read off something that you send to me. And so you guys saw with Tommy Lahren, she got trolled into making fun of Steven Crowder and Dave Rubin without knowing it. Jesse Lee Peterson also fell for this, which is absolutely hilarious. Let's go ahead and watch this.
Steven, this is Jesse. I hear from Sam that you won't debate him, that you have cold feet, and that you are a beta male. Beta, if it's true, beta male. And by the way, Sam said he is an alpha male. Alpha male, not a beta male. And that you are afraid to debate him, Steven. And that your father should stop allowing you to be beta. Debate Sam, Steven. Don't be afraid. Don't be a beta male. Let me know how it goes.
This is the best cameo I've ever seen. And now there are some other pretty good ones I would say as well, but this video was worth every single penny. I don't even know how much Jesse Lee Peterson charges. There's no way he charges more than $60. Impossible. He's not big enough to charge more than $60. So, the guy who did this is his ad right here, Michael D. Heibel. Every penny that he spent there was definitely worth it. This is easily the best cameo ever. And then Jesse Lee Peterson tweets out some stuff calling Sam Seder a beta male and stuff like that. It was really weird. And then he deletes the tweets and then sends some other stuff saying, this was my PR guy or my social media guy or something like that. So I don't know. Take from that what you will. Maybe it's him walking what he's saying back. I don't know. He also said that he didn't remember Sam Seder, which doesn't even make sense because he interviewed him, obviously. But as you guys know, Jesse Lee Peterson is basically just a malnourished brain. That's clearly what the case is. He's not all there. Let's put it that way. The man just simply is not all there. Now, again, speaking of Jesse Lee Peterson here, so one of the debates that will be happening at Politicon, as I explained to you earlier, David Pakman will be attending. So Mr. David Pakman will be having a debate with Jesse Lee Peterson. So that's going to be something that's definitely interesting. I would say that you'd be hard-pressed to find a conversation that Jesse Lee Peterson has had with somebody that was more entertaining than the one with David Pakman. I still think that really no matter who you sort of throw in there, I think for the most part, probably David's that was the most funny. I think I found that one to be the most humorous and the most entertaining. And I would say that while some of the other ones may come close, whether it be the Kyle Kalinske one or whoever it is you want to bring up, I think David still takes the cake. I think that he's probably the best suited to have a sort of humorous interaction with someone like Jesse Lee Peterson. So that'll be interesting, to say the least. And also, it looks like Cenk Uygur is not attending. It also seems to be the case that debate god Ben Shapiro is not showing up, which is really interesting. Really, really, really interesting, because obviously he's the debate god, right? Now, my theory is that I think he's trying to protect his brand and his career, because his career has dipped off a lot, and his image and his brand has dipped off a lot ever since the BBC interview. So I think he's kind of just doing, control at this point to try to steer it back on track, to steer his career back on track, because as of right now, it really took a lot of hits, folks, trust me. I mean, at this point, you can just bring up a bunch of things to laugh at Ben Shapiro, whether it be the BBC interview or his hilarious comment on selling underwater homes or whatever it is that you want to talk about. I mean, I see clips on Twitter being posted of people laughing at his stuff like on a daily basis. Now, also, probably the most interesting, probably the second most interesting or third, whatever, panel that's going on is actually there's previous years. How Do We Get Along panel was actually really entertaining. It was a bit infuriating because the Daily Wire third stringer is an incredibly annoying human being. But it was certainly entertaining, to say the least. Now, there will be Kyle Kalinske on there. There's also Tommy Lahren on there. So Kyle Kalinske and Tommy Lahren will both be on the same panel. So I'm really, really excited for that one. That's going to be extremely entertaining. I'm very excited to watch that one. Tim Black, I believe, is also on there, which is kind of a weird pick. I'm not really sure why they brought Tim Black. I don't really see him as someone with the chops to do stuff like that. But I guess, hey, I don't know. I'm not sure. I guess we'll find out. But if you just kind of look through the... this guy's name is hilarious, by the way. But if you just look through the list here, it's a lot of boring folks, I would say. Cenk's not going, Sam's not going, which is not good. Certainly that Sam's not going is not good, but I guess he didn't have the guest that he wanted. But those are the updates for Politicon. As more updates come, I will continue to update you as time goes on. So let me know your thoughts. What are you excited for? Any debates, any panels? And what do you expect? Let me know down below in the comment section.